Hello, everyone. Sarah, your host. Welcome to the Change with Him, big H, capital H, real, raw, redeemed podcast. Today's chat, today's connection, whatever we call this, today's relationship, we can call it that because that's what everything is. Today's relationship, because there's connection and relationship. Without a connection, there isn't a relationship. And that is so divinely true for all things, for our thoughts, for our emotions, our energies, our feelings, our frequencies, our beliefs. Think about it. You have a relationship with your children, there's a connection. You have a relationship with your mother, or you don't because she's toxic. There's still a connection. There's still a relationship. And the relationship is created through connection. And the greatest connection and relationship that any of us can have is the one that we're all really looking for. So I had to stop my getting ready to come record. That's generally how this works. And the thought came to me. Actually, it wasn't just a thought. It was like a really deep awareness and internal knowing and internal guidance and nudge. And I know that's truth for me. And what I share here is truth for me. And I share my perspective, my experience, my relationship, the truth for me with you. For me, for you, for us. I love that, as one of my mentors always says. And I'm seeing that. It's interesting. I was actually reading my Bible yesterday, and in the excerpt, how do you say that? Excerpt. I can't say the word. In the bottom half, the explanation, we're going to go with that, to the top half. Wait a minute, I just read the Bible and I don't get it, and the breakdown. Oh, I like that word. Let's go with that. In the breakdown in the bottom that explains the top, there was this for me, for you, for us paradigm and connection. It was God sent his son Jesus he sent him. That was the for me part. For us, that was the for you. Wait, for me, for you, for us, for all of us. And the Holy Spirit came for all of us after Jesus resurrected from the dead, from his grave. And it was like, oh my God, that's even in the Bible, this whole paradigm of for me, for you, for us. And this awareness, this connection to truth, my reality, and what I deeply in my soul believe that is everyone's truth. I think we're all so different, but we're all so much the same because we were all created out of the same thing. We were created out of the connection and the experience with deep, infinite, divine love. And so many of us, we don't quite grasp, comprehend, or understand that. And in that, there's a quest and there's a searching, and there's almost like the hero's journey. I've heard that so often throughout my career, this hero's journey. And I think we want to be the hero of our own journey. But when we're not putting God in the hero place, we feel out of place. We feel out of alignment with our lives. We feel out of alignment with our businesses, our relationships, our partnerships. We feel out of alignment with everything because it truly is out of alignment. And we all are searching for the same thing. I truly, deeply, on a soul level, know that. We're all searching for the same thing. And a lot of us are searching for that same thing in different ways. And that's the disconnection. We can't search for same things in different ways because how can it be the same and different at the same time? But the weirdness is that it is. It's the same and it's different because we're all different. So it's all different for all of us, but it's all the same. We're all searching for the same thing. We're all searching for a connection and relationship with divine love, with divine joy, with divine peace, with divine abundance. We're all searching for the same thing. We all are. And when we get a little taste or a little flavor of it, we want more. That's how it was for me anyway, but it scared me. In the beginning of my journey, my walk with Jesus, my talks with Jesus, I was so fucking scared because I thought I wouldn't experience what he had available for me to experience. I thought I didn't deserve to experience this love on this level, love with this depth. It was scary. It was unfamiliar. And in my training and transformational work and hypnosis and rapid transformational therapy and advanced conversational hypnotherapy and all of these deep internal unconscious work modalities, energetic modalities that I've trained in, that I work with people in, this was very real and it was very present. It was at the core and the root of all of our desires. This desire to be divinely loved, divinely accepted, to truly believe that we're of worth, of value, and a big disconnection in trying to earn that worth and that value through our works, through our doing, through what we do, through our abilities, because we're limited. We are limited. We're limited in capacity. We're limited in time. Those are our skill kind of things. Those are effort. Those are work kind of things. And the kind of thing that we're all searching for, the one thing we're all searching for, can't be earned. We can't work enough for it. It's not like a paycheck where you work 40 hours and you can just directly multiply. If I make $20 an hour and I work 40 hours, that's X amount of dollars. And it's actually less than that because then you take out taxes. So add in frustration, because with that, you don't have enough. And so you're instantly in lack mentality and a lack energy and frequency, and in a state of it's not enough, I need more. And I think a lot of us get into that state in our relationships. It's not enough, I need more. And I've even felt this cross over to my relationship with God. It's not enough, I need more. It's not enough, I need more. And I've felt the impact of it. If I'm being fully transparent and honest, I feel the impact of it every day. And it's not a thing that goes away, but it's a thing that improves over time with quality, with the quality of time that you spend with Jesus. I'm not perfect, but I try most mornings to spend time with him, and I feel it if I don't. If I don't open up my Bible and I don't at least get into a couple lines of his word, I feel it and I feel off. And then my off energy gets put on to someone else. So I'm putting on my off energy. Raise your hand if you've ever done that. I can't see you, but I can see your hand is raised. If we put on our off energy, we put it onto someone else, we don't want it. We don't fucking want it. It doesn't feel good. And we don't want to carry it. We don't want to wear it. It's like a scarlet letter. It's like a badge of shame. It's like, I don't fucking want this because this feels like it's part of my identity. And I'm doing this work to try to transform my identity. I've said, okay, I'm going to explore this. I'm going to see what's up with this whole spiritual thing, this whole universe manifestation, because I want what I want, and I've heard that this could be the way. Is there the way? Well, when we read in scripture, it says Jesus is the way, and I know that because he leads us to love. He is the embodiment of love. He is the light of the world, and love is lightness. Lightness is love. They're one and the same. And the truth is, we're all searching for the same thing. I really believe this. And I look back at my past when I feel like I was most lost. I feel like I'm still lost some days in many ways, but I feel like I'm less lost, if that makes sense, than I was when I was like ultimately lost. Like, felt like energetically I didn't even have a cell phone. And now it feels like I have a cell phone with sometimes spotty service. You know what I mean? A little exclamation mark comes next to the triangle, and I'm like, oh damn it, I'm out of service. Like, oh, can't do anything. And really the 5G, I'm not sure what it's going to be in the future, the million G network that's going to rot our brain cells because of all the energy that's being transmitted across all the lines and the wires all over the globe and all over the world. Like that, I feel like when we spend time with God, with Jesus, we are plugged into the highest frequency, energy, and network, and things run much more smoothly, much more quickly, much more easily, because we're getting what we're searching for. So we're no longer searching, we've found, because there's an energy of searching. I feel lost. Okay, cool. Now I found it. I've got it. Once you have found something, you got it. But just like with anything, you can be looking for something, find it, and then lose it again. And you know that this is true when you bought your car and they're like, here's 2 sets of keys. Here's the main set, and then here's the spare. And you're like, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so excited. I love my new car. Yay. And then it's like so exciting. You don't even think about having more sets of keys. You're just grateful. You're grateful for the car. You're super excited. You love it and you want to drive it. And you obviously have the keys in the car somewhere. I used to have a car long ago where you actually had to put the key into the car, make that physical connection, turn it, have your hand connect to the key, turn it in order to make it go, to make it work, to make it run. And this is different now. Things are constantly changing. Now the key just has to be somewhere in the vicinity, somewhere in the facility. It literally can be lost in the car, but still work and still drive you to where you need to go. And this is weird for me because sometimes I've got a fanny pack if I'm out walking. Sometimes I've got a backpack if I'm out hiking. Sometimes I've got my purse if I'm just out running errands or doing normal day-to-day things. And I, a lot of times, don't know where the key is, but it's somewhere. I know that it's somewhere. And so I feel like I have what feels lost. Does that make sense? Like I don't know where it is, but I know it's somewhere. It's got to be, or this connection wouldn't be made and the car wouldn't run or go or work. And I know when it's lost because the car tells me, it's like, no key detected, ding, no key detected, ding, no key detected, ding. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I know. Where the fuck is the key? Oh my God, I'm going to be late. and it's lost, but it's not lost. Because then I go in and I'm like, okay, what did I have last night? Where was it last? Right? Well, where is it? It's where you had it last. It's where you put it last. Okay. Well, where was that? In agitation and frustration, I go and I look in all the pockets and then I find it. I'm like, okay, well, what was lost was now found and now we can go. And so you can't be lost and found at the same time. Does that make sense? You either have your keys or you don't have your keys, or it can be lost and found at the same time. Like in the example where it's somewhere in my purse, but I don't know what pocket in the purse that it's in, but the purse is in the back seat because I threw it in the back when I put my daughter in to buckle up and let's go. Come on, we're late. Like it's lost, but it's not. So it's lost and found at the same time. And I think this concept can be really confusing, especially when it comes to relational connection. How can we be lost and found at the same time? And this is especially true for me, being someone who has invited Jesus into their life and feel like I feel fucking lost in my life. I feel lost in my purpose and my direction and what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be going, how I'm supposed to be doing it and going about it, and am I doing enough? And all of these million bajillion rapid fire questions that a lot of the times I have for God, and I'm like, will you answer me? What the hell? And that's me and my impatience and in the waiting, and there's a trust in the waiting. And there's this concept to understanding we're all searching for the same thing. We're all looking for our keys. And it's interesting because a lot of in my content, I say it is the key that sets you free. And it truly is. But sometimes we don't have the key in our hand, physically holding it, touching it, putting it, and turning it because things change. Things change. That's the way it used to be with a car, and now it's different. Or now it's not different because you don't have that yet. You still have an old car and you love it that way and it feels good because it's comfortable. It feels good when we have Jesus in our lives because it's comfortable. He's a comforter. He's a friend. And without him, we can feel lost. We can feel that frustration, like when we can't find the keys, or when we thought that we knew what they were there. We thought we had found them, and all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, no, the car is dinging at me, yelling at me, and we're yelling back at it as if it cares. We're telling the car, "Shut up!" And the car is like, "Really? You want to talk about this? How are you feeling?" And we're like, "I feel like I want to punch you. I feel like I want to kick you, but if I do that, I would dent you, and that would cost a lot of money. So I need to take my frustration out on someone else, somewhere else." And a lot of times it feels like this when we feel like we're searching. But the truth of what I know is we're all searching for the same thing. We're all searching for that connection. We're all searching to be found. But in the searching, we're saying that we're lost because we don't have the thing that we're looking for. Does that make sense? I think that's why it feels so confusing sometimes. Because we're like, I'm losing my mind. You ever feel like when you lose your keys, you're losing your mind? and you just want to scream and shout and let it all out. And you just want to scream and shout and let it all out. What the fuck? Right? But your kids are there. So you're like, and you just look awkward and make weird sounds because you're like, I don't want to model. I don't want to model cussing. That's bad. And then we get into this whole story of identity being bad. And then we're like, well, all right. I guess I'm just bad. I guess it's just who I am. But we're not. And he came to tell us that we're not. But we feel like we are when we feel lost. We feel like we're bad. We feel like we just can't possibly be accepted. That if it's true and he's good, then we've got to be good in order for him to find us. Like we have to align with goodness. We have to stay frequently, perfectly aligned with goodness in order for him to pour out his goodness and pour out his love on us. And I don't know about you, but I have thought that a lot in my life. And every time I've thought that, I've felt lost because that's a lost thought. The thing I love about Jesus is he came to turn things upside down and turn them around. He seeks after, searches after, runs after, chases down, and fights till you're found the lost. Because he understands and knows with unshakable, unwavering conviction who he is and that he is the truth, he is the way, that he is the light, and he is love, and he is the love that you need in your life, in your heart, in your mind, and in your world. And you will experience that when you're with him. And he knows that you feel lost without him. I know that he knew that I felt lost without him. And sometimes even with him, I'm like, hello, hi, God, it's me again. Hi, yeah, I'm back. I know you're busy. Like you're busy being the light of the world. You're busy making the sun come up every morning and making the sun go down every evening. And you're busy, making the stars shine. And you're busy listening to all of our complaints and problems and prayers. And you're busy working miracles. And I know you're busy. And I swear that every time I feel like I say that, he's like, I am, but I'll always have time for you. What is it, my love? What is it? I'm listening. I'm here. I hear you. There's no rush. There's absolutely no rush. Take all the time you need. I'm not like a therapist who limits your time and only gives you 60 minutes and then invoices you. That's not me. That is not me. I've come to set you free from that. And from feeling like when that's all you've got, you're always in lack. I'm here to set you free from feeling like you're on a time crunch, a time constraint. I've already saved you. My work is already complete. I'm not in a rush, my love, for my work is already done. And the work has already been done so that you can be found and you can trust and know that there's no need to search. There's no need to look for something that's lost because it's already been found, it's already been done, it's already been completed. But I understand that you're searching, and you're searching what I provide. You're searching for and you're looking for what I have to provide for you. And I love providing it for you. I love providing love. Do you get that, my love? I love providing love. In fact, it's all I have to provide for you. It's all that I have for you. I really, if you're coming to me for something else, I haven't got anything else. This is all I have. It's love. But my love, it's all you need. And I know you've been searching for it and looking for it in other places, in other ways. And I know that you've been programmed to believe that you have to earn it. You have to work. And you have to work really, really, really fucking hard for it. But my love, come here, come here, come here, come here. Come closer. That's a worldly paradigm. And I have conquered the world. And I've called you to be in the world, but not of it. And my love, you're not of the world. So I know you feel like you're searching and you're seeking and you're not finding. But what you're looking for, you will not find in the world. You will only find in me through my Son. So if you're feeling lost, it's because you haven't accepted receiving all the pieces yet. I invite you to do that. And there's nothing you need to do to earn it, and you can't work for it. And you can try, but you'll find that you feel lost when you do. Because I so loved you before you ever came into this world, before you ever came into existence. And I know you're searching for what you believe you don't deserve to receive. But I did what I did through my Son Jesus so that you will know what you do. You will know you do deserve to receive the kind of love that I have to give. You found it. You found it in Him. You have found it in my Son, who is the essence of pure, true love. That's who He is, and what He's done, what's already been done in and through His work on the cross allows you to live found, safe, sheltered, protected from all the things that you're afraid of. Allows you to find all the things that you've been searching for your entire life. It's all available. It's all right here. It's all right now. And it's all yours. In and through Him, my Son, who I sent for you, who is an embodiment, a representation of that love you're searching for. He's yours. And I feel like this is the kind of conversation I have when I take the time to slow down, when I take the time to sit, to listen, when I take the time to stop talking and just hear. He desires for you to hear Him, His voice. And I've found that it's in the quietness and it's in the stillness of my heart that I hear it. It's not a mind thing. It's not a conscious thing. It's not a logical thing. It's a soul felt thing. It's a soul felt knowing that we are all searching for the same thing. And it is in and through Him that we receive, that we are found. And we are so much more important than a set of car keys. You think about how we freak out, we get all frantic and panic when we lose our keys. Are we not more than keys to Jesus? I know the Bible talks about birds and how they don't worry. And are we not more than birds in the sky who He provides food for? They don't worry. Am I going to have shelter? I don't know. What if all the trees in all the world get cut down and then a big storm comes and my little nest blows away and I don't have anywhere to hide? Well, there's a rock you can go hide under. I know, but what if, God comes in and a big storm comes in and He takes all the rocks away? Well, I've seen birds hide under the eaves of stores. Well, but what if all the stores get blown away because there's a big storm that comes in and blows away all the stores and I can't go hide up under the eaves? Well, there's houses. I know, but what if God comes in and a big storm comes in and all the houses, they have all those little pokey, spiky things and I can't land on there? Well, I've seen birds actually create and build nests in between the little pokey things that are actually designed to keep them away. I know, but like, what if all of the little pokey things are taken and like all the birds in all the world, because the storm blew everything else away, that like they're all taken, and then where am I going to go? Then where am I going to build my nest? Then where am I going to find protection and shelter? And what if all the worms in the ground just like, what if they go too far down, and I'm digging and digging? I'm not a dog. I don't like dig with my claws. I use my beak to peck the worms. So what if the worms just go all the way down too far under the ground and I just can't eat and then I starve to death? Really? And I swear sometimes it's like we're like that. Pretty sure birds don't do that. Why do we do that then? If birds trust, there's going to be trees, there's going to be sticks for the nest, there's going to be worms in the ground to eat, there's going to be little bugs, there's going to be seeds, whatever kind of bird you are, whatever you like to eat, wherever you like to live, pretty sure they don't worry about any of that. So why do I? And the Bible asks that. The Bible asks us questions, very, very important questions, and questions that it is a tremendous benefit for us to contemplate. If they don't worry, why should I? Does God not care more about your human soul than the soul or life of a bird who doesn't worry? Really? And I love so much, the Bible often says, you have not because you ask not. Ask and you shall receive. Ask in my name. Understanding we're all searching for the same thing. One of the most profound and powerful breakthroughs that I had, like my soul Jesus moments, was when I was asking to receive forgiveness for something I thought that was unforgivable. A series of choices that had led up to the biggest heartache in my life. Asking God, do you forgive me? Do you love me even through this? Like this big, big, gigantic, massive, incredibly insurmountable, horrible thing. I could feel the weight of the shame and the blame that I had carried because of this thing. And I asked him with like giant mound boogery sized snobs and heaves and coughs and like choking on my own tears. Do you still love me? And I cannot even there are no words to express the freedom I felt when he answered, are you kidding me? There's nothing in this entire world you could do that's quote unquote bad enough to ever. Did you hear me? I just said ever. Are you're listening? I got your attention. Ever. Never, ever, ever, ever make me stop loving you. And then I heaved and I choked on my boogers and I sobbed even more. And I swear I just felt his arms around me. Like a loving parent who pulls their child in close and holds them through the tears, holds them through the processing of the emotions, holds them in such an incredible state of love. And he held me for as long as I needed to be held until I looked at him and just all I could say was thank you. I love you too. That's it. And there's a worship song. I'm nothing else fit for a king except for a heart singing hallelujah, hallelujah. I know it's not much. I've nothing else fit for a king. You don't need to give him anything. He wants your heart, and he wants to fill your heart with his love. That's it. And we're all searching for the same thing. It's found in him. It's found in his son, Jesus. Will you let him in? I promise you, when you do, everything in your life will change. He will make a way. He makes your path straight. Your crooked path, he straightens it out. So invite him in. If you haven't yet, I invite you to do that today by just simply asking Jesus, I want what I've been searching for, and I know it's available through you. Will you come into my heart, my mind, my soul, my life? Thank you.